Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Kingdom blessings. As y'all can see, I'm sitting out here in the shade in the yard just enjoying life on this morning. And I thought I would turn my camera on and spend a little time with you guys this morning. My son decided he wanted to take a nap, praise God. I pray that all is well with you on this Sunday morning. But what I wanted to talk to y'all about this morning was the Section 8 Rental Assistance Program. Time is up. Get out now. Time is up. Get out now. You know, as we embark on this 9th month, going into the 10th month of the year, this proposal is supposed to go into effect in 2026. From my understanding, they're going to be working on a lot of things. Y'all do your own homework where this is concerned. But as I was sitting here, I got to thinking about it. And I'm just going to speak to y'all about it in the way that God gave it to me and the way I understand it.
She's right. Things are changing. And regardless of how you feel about Section 8, change is a coming. So I'm coming in that spirit, no judgment here, just facts, keeping it plain. And if you are in this program, don't go down with the ship. With anything in life that's difficult, how do you handle it? One step at a time. As we go through the video and Miss Coleman drops sage advice along with some correction and reproof, don't get uptight. And if the shoe fits, wear it and hear the advice. Don't get offended because time is ticking. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Robert. And on this channel, the goal is to simplify the home loan process for those of you that are looking to get onto the housing ladder. How am I able to do that? I'm a lender. My NMLS license number is 180100. If you endeavor to get onto the property ladder and want to do so with someone that has the heart to help guide you through and not only just get you into the home, but help you get into something that will be a blessing to you and not a curse, contact information is in the description or the top pinned comment below. Now let's continue.
The fact that there's going to be a lot of people sitting and waiting to see if this is really going to happen, as if they don't believe to this day that these people mean business with us. They truly mean business with us. I mean, every month of this year, something has happened. And now we're to a place where the Section 8 program is at risk. The mothers, the children, even some of you are sitting in Section 8 program and you have been working. And you have been working diligently, paying your bills, trying to survive at that level, at the base level which your pay could provide. And I commend you, and you've done a great job at that. What's going on now is not your fault. It's not nothing that you can stop where it comes to these people doing these type of things and putting people out on the side of the road. My heart goes out to you, especially for those young people that do not know how to survive on their own, that have never lived in market rent, have never paid market rent, and now market rent is unbearably out of your reach completely.
I just wanted to stop here and clarify. Nothing technically has changed yet as far as the Section 8 and the 2-year limits being put in place. But here's my question. What are the probabilities of this program being changed, adjusted, so that the bottom line hit to the budget isn't as high? Okay, so no fear mongering here. Everyone is not going to be put off of the program. Those that are on the program, it says has a 2-year window. Okay, and then the truly elderly, truly disabled, and children should always be taken care of. Those that are truly disabled and can't provide or put into this system that we all benefit from, then you have to find a way to be productive. That's the key word, productive. And so everybody can't sit around and produce more liabilities and utilize all the services and not put into the system. That's the way it's designed. And that's being an adult, and that's reality. It's not all of the stuff that everybody wants to believe. Again, what are the probabilities of this happening? Meaning the program is altered and time limits are put in place, don't sit around thinking that it's going to get kicked down the road, because things are going to change. To what extent, don't know. But if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would start getting ready as Miss Coleman is sounding the trumpet for you guys today. Let's continue.
There's no way you're going to be able to afford this. Just understand me. Follow me now. You're already in Section 8 housing, and they already got you set at a rent that you can pay right there. And it's nowhere near what the rent is out here for market rent for 2 and 3 bedrooms, starting at $2,000 and $1,500 and $1,800 and going up. And they want you to make that much on whatever job that you get. And you're not financially able or stable to be able to do this. And you're in these places, and you got kids. And then you got some husbands in there too. You got some men in the Section 8 program too that are with their families, and they still not able to provide at the level of which housing is today. This is going to be the worst situation we could possibly do and deal with right now, is to put all these mothers and children out in the street, fathers out in the street, grown men, grown women out in the street. But yet and still, no matter how we feel about it, we can have all the compassion in the world for those that are really struggling, and those that just sat there on the system and now they realize their time is up and they don't know how to function because they have not allowed themselves to work at their full potential all of your life. But that's neither here nor there. But yet and still, we're at that point, and we're only got a few months left. My suggestion is for you to get out now. Well, what do you mean by that? How are we going to go anywhere? What do we got to do? They're not going to care. Either you get out now and you start figuring it out, you start moving in a way that says, well, I got 2 years, I can figure this out, or I can figure this out now. Do you see your situation changing in 2 years? What else are you going to do to help your situation in 2 years? Or are you going to try to better your situation in 2 years, especially with the way the economy is today? Do you see any way that you can better yourself? Do you see any way you can get an extra job? Do you see any way you could take some of these base entry level jobs that they got out here and start beginning to work your way out of the system, work your way to a place where even if they allow you to stay in the system, that you are working your way to maybe take some courses in home buying and let your voucher begin to buy you a home? It's a lot. It's easier said than done when you've never been taught it.
Yeah, so it's a lot, but this is the part of the video that I like. Let's provide some solutions, because she's done an excellent job of painting the picture. A lot of us have done that. Let's think of things that you can do if you're in Section 8 at this current time, able-bodied, but say you've not had to produce at your highest potential for whatever the reason is. Now you're getting up off of the sideline, out of the bleachers, and getting on the playing field, and that can be difficult. So start with what you know. What do you know? If you're watching these videos, a lot of you guys watch these videos on your phone. Instead of just being a consumer of an item, learn the business behind it. There's a reason these people keep trying to scare the HE double hockey sticks out of you, because it gets attention. Where attention goes, money flows. The solution: learn how to use social media. Hopefully you do so with a positive spin, but if not, learn how to monetize it. It's simple, but not easy. And the not easy part is this: you're not used to, in a lot of cases, getting up, showing up, and being consistent. That's the hard part. But you eat an elephant one bite at a time, as the saying goes. If it's hard by the yard, it's a sense by the inch. So you take one step at a time. Take your camera. If you're like me, stuff like this, when you get to that point, you don't need this, but this Shure SMB7 microphone. Sound is very important. That's why I showed you these mics. This Samsung Q2, whatever it is inexpensive. It's USB connected. You can get an adapter, put it with your phone, or you can just use these computers that we have that nobody uses for, to their maximum capacity, and create content on the things that you know how to do. If you've been in Section 8, a lot of you guys have been living on less. You don't know that, how to survive on less, especially in times that we're going. Do you cook a certain way? Do you shop a certain way? This is all information that might be valuable to someone who needs it, okay? That's an online thing. What else? If you have the back power, right? Cutting grass, pressure washing driveways, houses, cleaning gutters, manual type work that people don't want to do. There's a lot of folks that will pay for it. But here's the deal. Are you righteous? A lot of you criminals out here that are trying to threaten people because we don't want to pay for you to sit on your behind anymore. They got places for you. And the Most High is going to deal with you. Don't go down that path. Okay? It's not a good path to go down because you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. But if you go out to these places where folks don't have the back power anymore and you're trustworthy and righteous, you will have more work than you know what to do with. But again, you got to get up, get out, and get something. Like Outkast said back in the day, right? Can't just sit around on your behind all day getting high and thinking somebody gonna take care of you. That's played out. Number 3, what else? What else could you do? The gig working type stuff. If you have a vehicle, put your vehicle to work. Okay? That's another thing. A lot of you all have children. If you have a heart for children, you have the patience for children, you can go and get licensed. Again, can people trust you to come in and watch their most valuable asset, their children, to bring them up in the way that they should go? In my opinion, that's the fear of Yah, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And we wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that we have out here in these streets, because you could walk the streets peacefully because we have a standard of righteousness. These are ways in which you can get off of the sideline and start becoming productive within the 2-year window that you'll have if this moves forward. Again, if I was a betting man, things are changing. They've changed already. They're getting you ready to change. Don't fight the change. Get ahead of it. Be proactive and not reactive. Proactivity is a wealth characteristic. And wealth doesn't have a certain dollar sign. It doesn't have the appearance like all these folks that keep showing you vacations and houses they don't own and vacations they putting on credit cards, trying to entice the lust of your flesh to do something so that they can do those things. Don't fall for it. Know thyself. Be content. It's one of the 10 commandments. Don't covet what your neighbors have. That's not a good thing unless it's things that lead to righteousness, in my opinion. So these are some solutions that you can implement as Ms. Coleman is talking about those of you that haven't been taught. Because I don't like walking in the wilderness and always talking about the problems. Let's get to the solutions for those of you that really want it. For the rest, I know the deal. You want somebody to take care of you.
Now it's time for you to mend some fences with some of the people that you have been distanced from. It's time for you to start showing up and start trying to talk to your family and trying to talk to them a way to let them know that, you know, you need help, and that not only you need help, you're ready to be a team player to help them help you. Help them help you. A lot of y'all get that impression that if you move into somebody's house, for some way, shape, or form, the whole house becomes yours. Some way, shape, or form, you can move into somebody's house and be disrespectful. Some way, shape, or form, you feel like if you pay $2, you done bought the house. You just in there just being totally disrespectful, totally ignorant, totally arrogant, because of the fact that you have sat on your tail all these years and not being able to do anything because the rent was paid for you for free, and now that ride is over, and now you got to figure out who you can deal with. But do not, I'll repeat, do not bite the hand that's going to feed you. I'm going to say it again. Do not bite the hand that comes to feed you. Why? Because a lot of people are not opening their doors for people nowadays. This is going to be terrible because there's going to be a lot of kids. Foster care is not going to be able to hold all these children. They end up out here in these streets. The stress that the mother's under, if you under stress right now and inside that house, and you under stress and duress right now with not knowing how to maneuver, or you just in there just not making yourself productive, this is the time for you to get up and begin to make yourself productive, because I can see some things happening. Right now, it would be a shame because I did a little research myself, and I found out that 3 million people are at risk for evictions. When this thing begins to move, when they get it together, of course it's got to go through its Congress, it got to go through all the loops and all the blah, 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 little hoopla of the state or whatever. But when they begin to get them moving, don't you be just sitting there laying in your bed and they come and they tell you, here's your eviction notice and you got so many days to vacate that premises, because they're not going to care where you go. They're not going to care where you go, but you will empty that unit. That unit will be empty. That unit will be cleaned out, and it will be given to somebody else. It's going to be like taking candy from a baby. If you don't get up and begin to stand with your grown age and your grown self inside there doing grown things, doing it your own way, and thinking that this ride was never going to end. It's over. Get out now.
3 million people, that's a lot of folks. And it's an estimate. But again, think about the children. And so if that's you, as Miss Coleman is saying, we're just coming off of the Feast of Trumpets. Sounding the trumpets are more of a secular thing, okay? Here's the deal. It's coming. Don't sit around thinking it can't happen to you. But for grace, so go I. Me personally, I don't look down my nose at anybody because I know where my ancestors have come from and I know where I come from, okay? And it's better to have than not. But sometimes, or it could happen again where you could go back to a place where you don't have. The likelihood of that happening is much less when you maximize your productivity. You were not created to sit around and deteriorate. You have to produce. So use the time, as Ms. Coleman is saying, to exercise those muscles. This is encouraging. I'm trying to edify you. It's very important that you do so. Number 2, a lot of us have to humble ourselves because you're going to need help. And a lot of us have burned bridges because, as she didn't say it this way, this is how I'm saying it. A lot of you guys have a sense of entitlement. What your people are supposed to do, what these folks have done. Everybody has to do something for you, but you don't have to do anything. That's called pride. And pride is before a great fall. You got to humble yourself, right? So again, looking at the feast days, trumpets sounding, we're headed towards atonement. Some of you guys need to ask for forgiveness for some of the stuff that you've done. And maybe folks will have a compassionate heart to allow you to come in your time of need if you need it. Now, when you get there, here's the deal. Wash some dishes. No, wash all the dishes. Clean the house. Make life easy for those hands that are providing for you. Ms. Coleman said it. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Okay? It's not your house. So when folks are providing things for you to have something in common, right? Let's do an example, because a lot of you guys love to go in the scriptures, but there's a lot of learning but never coming to the knowledge of the truth. Here's an example. Let's say I have a TV and you come to stay with me and you have a TV. Well, I might have a 75-inch Ultra HD 8K, the works. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys think you're supposed to have that as well. But see, you didn't work for that. So if you just have a little monitor to look at, you should be happy that you have that. You see, it doesn't say that I have to make you equal. It says in common. And really is a television a necessity. So if you don't like the situation that you're in when you're getting help, then you have to provide for yourself to get the extras. If you got shelter and food, that's it. I digress on that example. Hopefully it makes sense. So repent, right? Ask for forgiveness if you've offended folks. And then faith without works is dead. All this talking, you got to show and prove. So you come in, you make it easy for those that are going out and producing money to take care of you. How can I make their life easy? And that's hard, especially if you've been sitting on your posterior for a long period of time. So use this time to start working that muscle, okay? Just like working out. And so that you can learn how to do those things, because you're the one that needs help. But if you flip it, right, and you come together and everybody's looking out for everybody else to a certain degree, then you're not going from the government doles to laying up on somebody else, but while you're getting help. Help means you've done all that you can, and somebody comes and makes the difference. The repair of the breach, if you will, since we're kind of in the scriptures, right? From a secular, worldly standpoint. Okay, wash dishes, clean houses, cut grass, Watch children. You know how much daycare is for a lot of these folks? But again, can they trust you? While you've been sitting around, have you created bad habits? You see what I'm saying? So it's a catch-22, because I get why a lot of folks, I'm the same way. Nah, you can't come over here. I can't trust you. And we don't believe the same way. We're not a hod. We're not one. You ain't keeping the commandments. You know, I got to watch my wife and children and all that kind of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And so these are things that you got to start working on. And this is real simple stuff. This is not the internet BS that's out here. This is the real, if you can feel it. Okay? And so think along those lines, right? Or do the latter stuff. Take care of yourself. Get yourself ready to go. And get off of these systems. Okay? Who wants to live like that? Who wants to live like that? Don't get caught up. If you have an ear to hear, you feel where I'm coming from. So, Ms. Coleman, we appreciate you. Hopefully you guys appreciate this type of content. If you know of someone that it will bless, share it with them. You know, and that's all I'm going to say. We ain't got to do all that other stuff. Share it with them. As I said earlier, if you want to get onto the housing ladder and do so in a way that it's not remorseful to you, and so that you can stabilize that portion of your life as much as you possibly can in this world that we live in. Again, the contact information is in the comment section below. I really want to encourage you guys. That's the kind of guy that I am, right? But it's time to make some moves. As Ms. Coleman is saying, as I'm saying, it's time to get real, because we in real times. So with that, my time is up, but I thank you for yours. As I always say, guys, let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. And before you get out of here, watch this video right up here. And until the next time, indeed, y'all stay blessed.